So Jen, were you here when this was planted 7
I'm the
years
reason
ago?
why we got it.
You are the reason why. Richard, get in here first. So,
Yeah, she found me.
I found him
She
online. I did.
so it was your idea here to have this orchard. So tell me about the process.
Well, we actually had New Center 6 come in the fall, but it's like I was always trying to enrich the program in some ways. So I get Maine Ag in the Classroom stuff, and I think I finally saw the ReTreeUs site through them. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to research this. And of course, my principal, who's with us right now, I always say, and he says this too, just do what you want and then ask for forgiveness later. So I kind of went through the process and got approved. And I said, oh, by the way, Clay, we have a orchard coming to the school. It's not going to cost us anything. So we just have to provide the space. And I know we have that. So, but yeah, we've had a pretty good partnership now for a long time. So without him, it wouldn't be here, and with all of the donors for that. But I mean, this is like the favorite thing for the kids to do is come out and see and do the process. I mean, they'll like almost adopt a tree now that they are the ones that, my fourth graders, I think, are the ones that unwrap them. So I'll probably have the same kids as fifth graders come out in the fall and take care of wrapping them back up for me and so forth. So they love it. So it's been great. I think the kids that we started with, what did we say? They're like probably about 16 now or something like that.
Yeah, I looked at the
like
spreadsheet.
8 years
it was like
ago?
7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah. So it's been quite a process. They were not this big.
No.
They were.
No,
I mean,
they're
And
little
they're
whips.
bearing fruit now.
oh my gosh, the
And-
peaches have been bearing fruit for like 5 years. So much so that the trees almost every year will break. I mean, I've still got peach jam on my counter at my house from coming to grab peaches this past year. I've frozen some peaches in my freezer. But I like to cook with the stuff too. So if we get enough, we've made applesauce with the kids. I mean, and there hasn't been many fruit so far, but the apples are finally coming into it much, much better. I mean, we started with 9, we have 8 now. We lost 1 apple tree, but that's not too bad. We also have a chestnut tree on the site for me
really?
too. Yeah, so it's little, but he's over there.
Nice.
He's still alive.
When you think of this over, say, the last 8 years, how many students have been impacted, do you think?
Oh my
If
gosh, we
you
have
do
about-
your quick math that I saw that you were doing in the garden.
Well, if it's been 8 years
So-
just in this, 2,400.
Yeah.
I mean, we have about 300 a year. I mean, give or take some. So
So
not
then-
everybody comes out, but I mean, I
Sure.
try to encourage as many people, even if they're not doing a lesson with me, come out, have your snack out here. Come out, read a book out here. Come out and just enjoy the space because, I mean, especially with COVID, we want them outside getting the fresh air. So, it's a beautiful spot. How could you not love that? So, yeah, I'm excited that we did it.
Oh, yeah.
I think the kids will be like thrilled to come back. Hopefully some of them will stick around and be Hollis parents once upon a time, and they can come back and say, I was here when these trees were really
Yeah.
little. So I'm hoping to provide a legacy for the kids because, without my grandparents starting me young, I wouldn't know what I was doing. So I'm hoping that some of them will go into that career field, or at least in some way, or at least they know how to grow their own food and know that it's not scary. It's not hard. And now you know what you're eating.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
totally.
It's a lot healthier.
Sure is. Sure is. So,
You have the orchard,
yep.
and then you have the raised beds. Mm-hmm. You run it?
Pretty much.
Yeah. And you've been able to get donations.
I do.
And the kids, how often are the kids outside working?
I
the
like to
raised
try to
beds?
get them out here late March, early April as much as possible, just to kind of check everything out, unearth everything. I would say from late May to June, I offer up times probably most every week, depending on what's going on. I usually pick a day or two a week, but kids out at recess, once it's in, as long as the water barrel's full and the the watering cans are out there, the littles especially will just, can I water today, Mrs. Pinkham? Yes, please, go water. Yeah, so they love that, so, yeah.
That's awesome. And then, so who tends it over the summer? You're coming
I
in.
have gotten volunteers off and on, dedicated people. I've had the rec program help me a little bit, but actually a suggestion of one of our staff members just the other day, she's like, why don't you do a sign up, Genius, and just put all of the slots out there? And actually there's been several people that have responded. So I just picked like every other day throughout the summer from the end of school until late August. And there's been several people that are I said, come weed, water, and harvest anything that might be ready. You know what I mean? Just to kind of bring the community in a little bit more. So
What have you seen for the impact on the kids?
I can think of 3 or 4 fifth graders particularly right now that normal, regular 4-wall classrooms are not their forte, but boy, are they happy when they're out here. They need it. They desperately need it. It just gives them a purpose that's not you know, maybe it's not the way that they learn. It's giving them another option, another modality for them to be successful, you know. I had a couple of those kids actually, like when they were third graders, we had an experiential classroom here, and I actually had some of those kids devise structures so that we could have beans that would, you know, I said, you have to come up with a way that our beans can trellis themselves up. So gave them the opportunity to do a little bit of engineering out there too. So it's good. It just gives them a different view on things, and you know, an appreciation for nature a little bit more than they might necessarily get at home.